Go. I'm going to open up the Carver Redevelopment Authority meeting for Tuesday, December 10th, 2019. This time I'm going to entertain a motion to go into executive session to return to open session to conduct our business. And it's if for discussion of the matters of land acquisition via eminent domain as approved to the urban renewal plan. Somebody want to make said motion?
I will make the motion that we go into executive session.
Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. This would be a roll call vote. Joanna?
Yes.
Ms. Sharon?
Yes.
Mr. Savory?
Yes.
Will, aye. We're in executive session. Thank you. We are back in a regular session for the December 10th, 2019 meeting. Next on our agenda is the Forestry Project, an update from the Vice Chair on the sale of the property. I was not here at your last meeting, so I don't know what you guys did, so I left this on the agenda for a discussion.
All right, well, our discussion was that we thought based on our previous meeting that this was going to go to the registry.
The register?
Property. Yeah, simultaneously with being posted,
Okay.
but not knowing if it had gone.
And that I can't answer because at that stage, I stepped away from the project when you were in charge of the project. So I guess that would be a question for our executive director, whether or not that made to the next process would be advertising the, because we came to a price, sale price of the property.
We did.
And we were supposed to go to the central registry and get it out on the street. Do you know if that ever happened, Jim?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we would need to follow up on that, have you do that and get that out there for us.
Have you ever done that before, Jim, the registry? Have you familiar with that? No?
I'm familiar with it, but not having actually put a property
Okay.
in there.
Okay.
Well, this was all in the minutes that I just asked about, the October 8th minutes, and you were a part of that discussion on October 8th.
Yes, but I also made in the October 8th meeting minutes when you guys came up with a number that I didn't want nothing to do with the project ever again.
Right, but you also said that, let's talk about setting a price. We've always come up with a price. We always will have a buyer. Now Mr. Milanowski wants to do central registry. So the decision was made that we were going to do both simultaneously or as close as possible, but without knowing if it had gone to the central registry, there was no way
Sure.
to post it. So basically, it's where we were
Right.
then.
So now we will give direction for Jim to get that out there.
Okay, and Jim, you
And our
can,
price was 165?
yes, I believe that's it. It should be in here,
175.
175, yes.
Yeah, 175.
Yeah, and that was all that happened.
Yeah.
We talked about it, that we didn't know if the other, because there were two steps that had to happen at
Yeah.
the same time. We weren't sure if the other one had been done yet, so we couldn't do the other one.
Okay, good. So at least that way, now at least we can have direction that way and you guys can follow up with that at our next couple meetings and
That's
stuff,
fine.
and that'd be great.
Yeah.
Has anybody come and approached you at all?
No.
Okay. Okay. Anybody got anything else on Forestry Project?
I just want to ask Savory, I believe in some discussion, I don't think they have those minutes, I don't know why, but I thought there was somebody else, Vaughn, whoever that guy was, there was somebody else interested as well as the initial person.
It was Jack Williams, the abutter.
Yeah, Jack Williams, okay. The
And
abutter.
I haven't heard anything.
I think there was somebody, I believe it was you or somebody made that mention. I was just wondering if you heard anything from either one, and
No.
you said no.
No, I have not heard a word from anybody, but
Okay.
then again, it's not
Wait,
listed.
It's not listed
It's not
anywhere.
listed
so-
anywhere.
Right,
No,
right.
listen anyway, so.
So,
There's been no
No action.
No action, and it's
no
not.
inquiries.
No, it's not.
so,
Nobody's asked me about it.
through the chairman, Jim, when you take action and whatever you need to do to put it on, can you communicate back with Savory? So he can stay on top of it?
Right, and then I can
negotiate or whatever. If somebody calls him, he's gonna be on top of it. That'd be good, thank you.
But we were gonna advertise it
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah.
at this exact same time as it went on the registry.
Yeah, okay.
Jim?
Do you want me to let you know what happened to Wade Street, because I gotta head upstairs, usually with,
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that real quick. You guys all set with Forestry?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna jump around and we're gonna go to discussion on the Wade Street property. We sent the letter out to Charlie and Mary Boulay. It went out certified, the letter that was signed on the encroachment. It's right here. We did not get the card back as of today. So
and nor have we received a phone call from them.
nothing, so that's the update on that. Your recommendation was to redo this again, if I understood correctly
Yeah,
from
we send
staff?
it out and maybe do it overnight so that you can track it to make sure it did get received there.
I have something to tell you about that. I attended the meeting, Tuesday night selectmen's meeting.
Yes.
And Wade Street deed requested by Bob Belbin was on there. The selectmen listened to Bob talk about how he and I was on that committee. We didn't know what to do with it. And we personally, the chairman, IEU, came to the town select board and offered to take it back, which they did do. And Mr. Clark said, oh, I guess we're gonna have to look that up. Do you have a time frame? And of course, Bob didn't have that time frame, but they voted to approve to accept taking it back. And Mr. Clark offered his wife to do the title and to do the, well, they were on the minutes, so I'm sorry,
Well, I told him,
Sharon.
I texted him immediately and said I won't touch it.
But he did do that.
Atta girl.
But he did do that. So there was a full board
He
meeting.
gets 5 or 6 texts of me.
The full
Yeah,
board, the board voted
Yeah,
to accept back and to go to the registry of deeds and post it, that the town owns it, not the RDA.
so until they do that, we still own it.
No, that's, well, yes, technically you're right, but they voted to take it back a long time ago.
That's right.
It was
They never
just-
did it.
And they
And
never did the paperwork.
Right.
So,
So sometime between 2010
and
So-
and now.
So I read someplace today, when I was looking at my notes, Jim, that that time frame was around March 2010.
Okay.
Because Ron didn't know the exact time, neither did Bob Belvin. But anyway.
The deed is dated 2010.
What?
The deed is dated 2010.
The deed is dated 2010?
Yeah. The deed into the RDA.
Does it deeded to the RDA? Well, there was a MOU that went along with that, and
It's
that's
just a
what,
deed sitting out there all by itself.
well, that Ron was talking about,
So-
the MOU.
It doesn't,
so just for, we're trying to send out this notice again, are you telling me not to?
Yeah,
You don't want to do that?
I don't think we
The
have
the
to.
select board is under the impression that based on, because I was at the meeting
Yeah,
Tuesday
okay,
night.
right.
Based on a vote that they had some years ago,
Yeah.
they took it back. They just, no one followed up with the paperwork. So technically, we still own it,
Right.
but they want it.
Well, it's fine, so the day that they own it, they can take over the headache, but until then, we still have a letter that we sent out.
I
So
think
do we
that,
follow up with this, or we
Should we
say,
send a copy of the letter to the select board saying, hey, we sent this letter out?
I would do that.
Yeah, this
I
is
would-
the action
And
that,
ever since the select board now is.
I would put it in their lap. I don't think that we should send out
love that.
a secondary letter, because I think as soon as they can get to the deed
all
settled,
good
it's not
with
gonna be ours.
right.
So I think that we tell them about this and let them make a decision if they wanna send a second letter out.
And the other thing too, Jim, that, I looked at the field card, yeah, RDA is on there. But they need to, the selectmen, the select board needs to go back to the assessors and make those changes, because that's not right.
once they find.
Once they finalize.
Once they finalize it and they're gonna record something
Right,
at the registry.
exactly.
That's basically a copy of the minutes, a certified copy of the minutes, taking back the property. they will file that, it'll be marginal against the deed, and then the assessors will change it then.
So my question is this. That being said, do we have any expenditure of monies on that property? Because we did enter a purchase and sales.
With
With
Makepeace for 18,000 and some odd dollars.
But I want to make sure that
We
we're
took
not
that
out
back.
any money.
We took that back.
Because whatever monies that the RDA had to expenditure on that project,
Yeah,
we're supposed to get back.
Joanne, can you look through the records?
I'll probably.
That would be
can.
the, that
Yeah,
would be the
Yes.
board.
yeah.
And then let us know, they won't get around to it by next meeting, so. I
Okay,
think
cool.
we're good. So I think the end result of this is Jim will take a copy of that letter, send it over to Michael, who's no longer here, and follow up.
All right.
You have the copy, right?
I'll just get it back from,
Okay,
well, once he gets it back.
All right.
Yep. All right, thanks,
property
Jim.
done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the treasurer's report, bills payable. The check that was requested from this board for $7,000 for the Route 44 project is in my hand. It is now in the hands of the treasurer.
Thank you.
We have James Turner appraisal and Clancy appraisal. Those bills are still outstanding, you're waiting for money to pay those.
Right.
What,
6,500 total.
yeah, what was the action that you guys took at the previous meeting on that?
They voted, they held them up.
We
Okay,
held it because
They held, because I wasn't
Joanne
there.
wasn't here, so we held it.
No, and we didn't have the money then either.
So,
Yeah, you were away, we didn't do a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the email yet, so it tells you
Oh,
how
well.
busy I am.
Now you know what we did.
so I moved that we authorize Joanne to pay those bills with the money that just came in.
I second that.
Thank you.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any other discussion?
Nope.
Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, good. All right, Joanna, the rest of the, treasurer's report.
Okay. Treasurer's report, combined, this November, even though we passed it, nothing, there was no action because the, all those bills and everything were held up. But if you turn to the second page, or the first, I don't know how she printed it down here. At the balance at the end was checking account, $463.28. The savings account has $30,271.32, and the renewal URP savings account is $3,015.92. I need to tell you, if you go to the, all what's in October, we had money come in, and that's the time that Will suggested to move 7,000 into the savings and keep 1,000 in the checking account. Well, it got away from me. We owed Susan $150. We also owed Montello the $79.31. Clancy appraisal was paid for $800, and Dave Borowski for that digging was $880. I got a call from the bank saying that we were overdrawn. It was not much money, just a couple, $3. That the check for $79.31 kind of went over the edge. So over the phone, the lady, or whatever she is, said, I'll take 1,000 from the savings account, I'll move it to the a debit to the checking account, and that'll make you, take you out of the red into the black. And then last month I wasn't here and you held up all of the bills, which was good. Now I just noticed this, and I gotta tell you, the Borowski one, the money should be coming out of the URP, and I should be debiting it back, because I paid that bill out of the checking account, so I'm gonna make that
Right,
correction.
just
That's
move that
wrong,
over.
yeah, that was wrong on my part, I just noticed that now. So I just want you to notice what happened. Now, the checking account obviously needs some more money.
Well, can you move that 880 out of the URP account into the checking account?
I can, Well, I'm gonna take the URP money and I'll deposit it into that, so it'll plus the 800, I mean, I paid the bill out of that. You have to pay the bill off this side.
Oh, you have to pay the bill out of the checking
Right.
account.
Yeah, you have to pay it up to checking, and then you just move it from there to there. So, I'll move that $880, so 463, 880. So they're about $1,300, and we now have 7,000 to clear. As James Toner and Clancy Appraisals, those two belong to URP?
Yes,
Okay, so those two are the URP.
and that's 6,500 total.
And I think you have $150 we owe you. Because you didn't
Yeah,
get
for the
paid
last meeting
for
this
that this
meeting,
week, so we owe her 150. Do we have any other bills?
You just have that. That's all I got.
Right, no, the two appraisals
Okay.
and Susan.
Okay, so how much money do you want me to take out of the savings and move into the checking?
Well, why don't
Well-
just put that check into the checking, the $7,000 check into the
Yeah,
checking.
that's,
Well,
I can't, that's
$7,000 has to
Well,
go
well,
into.
That has to
well,
go,
that amount.
that has to go in URP.
So,
That amount, because you've got just a little under, oh, okay, I see what you're saying, because you've got just a little under 7,000
Yeah.
in payments. So,
Right.
so put that into the URP and take out 8,000.
I can't take any money out of here, that doesn't belong to us, that belongs to URP. I have to take money for the checking for us, out of
No.
our savings.
no, hold on 1 second, time out. You just got a check for $7,000 that has to go in the URP account. Deposit this check in there, okay? You have 6,000 and some odd change, plus the $800 from URP expenses that we have to pay out of our checking account. So you have to transfer money out of the URP account into our checking account for those said sums.
I do.
To pay those checks.
I do. But the residual, when I do pay all that, is still gonna make our own checking account about $1,300. If that's fine, we'll leave it at that. I'm not paying any other
We
bills.
don't have any other bills
we don't have
coming
any
out.
other bills.
That's
So we
right,
should
so,
be all right.
you know, we should be
Yeah.
okay, I just have $150 for the secretary,
Yeah.
so we'll take it down to $1,100.
Good.
But it's, we have like 30,000 in the savings, which is getting money, you know, interest, which was, you know, a faux pas on my part, I forgot to move that money over there, it's fine. So I think
Okay.
we're good to
That's
go,
what-
we're
yeah.
good to go.
Okay,
All right, I make a motion that we approve the treasurer's report for November as written.
do I have a second?
Second,
Motion made and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Okay. And you're gonna pay those bills, we have a motion to pay those bills?
Yep,
I'll make a motion that we pay Clancy appraisal, owner appraisal, and the $800 for,
That 800 was already paid.
it's already been.
no, toner appraisal.
Toner and Clancy appraisal.
Yeah, right, those are you
And what was the other thing that you said you had to pay?
No, I have to move,
She has to
Oh,
move.
just-
we have to
okay.
move the money.
Then I'll make
the
the motion that we pay the two appraisal bills.
Do I have a second?
Second,
Motion made and second to pay the Clancy appraisal for $1,500 and also the James Toner Company appraisal for $5,000. Any other discussion? Hearing none.
Okay,
Oh, go ahead.
no,
On this,
it's not on that, it's.
all in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye, okay.
Mr. Chairman, it just relates to the email I put out about the rest of our group going over to Rockland. I
Yep.
don't know what the response was.
Did you guys get that email to?
I
go to
did, we were
Rockland
supposed to
and
go over, but
Just
just,
sign
Oh,
the
right.
signatures?
I
Yeah,
thought
there
we
today.
needed a vote on that though, that's why I didn't do it.
no, you don't need to vote.
We don't need
All right.
to, we don't need to vote other
No.
signatories? Okay, cool,
Okay, good.
I'll head right over,
Well, thank you very much.
I'm in town.
I do, we need those two signatures, both
Okay.
of us were out,
Right,
and he's not here, so,
all right,
you know, if you
Right.
don't mind.
okay. And they know we're coming?
I didn't tell them, but I gladly will do it tomorrow. How do you like that?
I think we need some
Yeah,
authorization from those authorized to let unauthorized people come in
Okay,
and
I
sign
will,
signatures.
I'll talk to that
The way
manager.
that we've always done it, and it's always a change as the board changes. Anybody who sits on this board has full access to this checking account and the savings account as long as you're authorized on it. And all it is going into the bank and signing the name. And they know who you are.
Okay.
And what Joanna wants is that in your absences, one of us can sign checks.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yep.
That's the key.
Authorization, yeah.
All right.
Because it takes, just to be clear, it takes 2 signatures on the checks, and it takes just to deposit it. Or any
Yeah.
transfers,
Okay.
you gotta do it that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Meeting minutes of the November 12th, regular meeting minutes. What is the pleasure of the board? I was not here, Joanna wasn't here, so
No,
it's
I
just...
pretty
wasn't here,
simple.
so I was,
Just you
Pretty
guys.
simple.
Yeah.
I thought it summed it up nicely.
I think it
Well
did.
done.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes, the regular minutes of November 12th as written.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion made in second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I
Those
absolutely,
are
Wait, only
abstaining.
two of us
Abstain.
vote.
abstain, I'm abstaining.
And I abstain.
202.
Two.
Meeting, next meeting, which will be next year.
It will be.
It will indeed.
14th, is that right?
It would be the, what do we meet, the first Monday?
Second.
Second
Tuesday.
Tuesday, it's the 14th.
Okay, RDA,
I can do that.
5:30. Are we on?
That's fine.
5:30 RDA, number 3, Route
Third.
3.
Entertain a motion to set that date.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.